Hello and
Hello.
welcome back to the. You just messed me up. Hello and welcome
That
back
was synchronized
to.
too. That makes. I was trying to synchronize with you. I would have committed all the way, but I was
What?
like, no, one of us is gonna fuck this up.
What podcast is this?
This is
The
the
Too Many Words podcast.
Yep.
Yes. Episode 30. The season 3 finale. There's nothing really special about that, but just letting you know, this is the season 3 finale. Number 30. Number 30. Number triple X, baby girls.
Keep an eye out on season number 4. I think we've got some cool things planned. Hopefully.
Sure.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Sure.
Sure. Okay, shut up.
I mean, I have a guest in mind. By the way, before next week, I do need to set this up for this to be like, for this environment that we have set up at the podcast right now. It's not really set up for guests.
We had Josh.
Yeah, but like, that was when the table had a spot for a third person. So we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to migrate back to the original angle, and I guess it's my job to play around with it. I'll probably move these bookshelves over here so they're still on the back, stuff like that.
I think the bookshelves should stay where they're at.
Really?
Yeah, I really like the spot that they're in.
Yeah, it's really good with the flow of the bedroom or whatever this podcast studio. But if we go back over there, I'm really gonna wonder what we have in the background. You know?
Well, that's because we gotta fill it back up. We
Yeah.
have a lot of things that can go up on the walls right now.
Yeah.
I think we just need to get some of that up. But our first guest of 2023 will be actually the next episode, won't it?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. I already know what I'm gonna call it. Success with Mr. Less.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, a good friend of mine from church will be here next week. Dear God, I hope Sydney does not ruin the house for him to walk into it. Because like, I'm not like my mother where it has to be perfect for guests to come in. But like, this is the first time he's ever been here. I really don't need the house to smell like it usually does, to look like it usually does when Sydney is here. I'm sorry, but everything she touches turns into a tornado of mess.
You can thank children for that.
Yeah.
Like 100%. It's not even really her fault, honestly.
I don't know, man.
It kind of is due to how she raised the kids, but
Here's the thing. I kind of like knew everything about her before she had kids. So yeah, there's also that. Anyways, Jordan, what are we gonna talk? How was your week, brother?
Honestly, I didn't even know a week had passed.
How are you right now, then?
I don't want to say I am tired, but I am a little tired, but not really.
By the way, I am your host, Isaac William Joseph, alongside co-host.
You know who we are,
Jordan. No. You have to. It is podcast etiquette. You have to let people know what this podcast is every episode.
Well, we said
who we are
podcast.
Every episode. Because guess what? What if a brand new person?
Well,
this
you know
is
what?
Their first
that's
episode.
Huge, and this is JVC. How you doing?
What?
Huge and JVC.
IWJ.
Huge and Jivka.
Jivka. Okay.
That's what James started calling me, actually. It's Jivka.
Okay. Wonderful.
It's actually only been, 5 days since our last recording? So it hasn't been a full week, but yeah.
Yeah. It's been a full freaking week for me, dude. Oh my goodness.
I mean, me too. I worked every single one of those days.
I'm
but,
getting absolutely so frustrated with everything that I've had to do this week. I got a little bit of a day off, but that's because I felt like crap. Patient zero vibes. So to map out how my week has gone and will continue to be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Monday, I worked a full day, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right after that, I went straight to school because I thought my project group was gonna, meet me there early to record a commercial. And then they were like, hey man, we're going to be late. sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. We'll do that Wednesday. But I still had class with them at 6 p.m. So work 7 to 4, and then right at 6 p.m. I had school. And then I left early because we got out early. And so about 8 o'clock, 8:30-ish that night, I was working on some comp homework and also recording a Reigning and Defending episode.
I have a question real quick. How did axe throwing go with that group?
Really well. I was basically teaching them how to do stuff the whole time.
That's cool. That's actually
Yeah,
really cool.
they caught on pretty quick. It was fun.
good.
Yeah, they did not hate that, and they were open to meeting again for some, more team bonding. As far as like team chemistry goes, I think we got the best group in the class.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That's pretty good, actually.
yeah, we get along.
That's
pretty
something
well.
to be proud of. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then on Tuesday, I woke up early to finish my homework, to finish uploading the Reigning and Defending episode of this week. That was a hot piece of garbage, given everything that happened after I was done recording. But it's whatever. A news-sensitive podcast. It's really frustrating when bigger news comes out right after you're done doing that podcast, and even worse for me, I can't address it until 2 weeks from now. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Hint, hint. The Vegas Golden Knights just traded for Jonathan Quick. I know you don't know who that is,
Nope.
but very, very, very big veteran goalie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my Tuesday morning. Went straight to school right after that. Right after school, I had to go deal with. I had to go to my dad's storage unit and get some stuff, and I didn't want to do it alone, so I did it with Mason. And Mason was like, "Well, if I do this, can you do this?" So right after dealing with storage unit stuff, I had to go take him to a ring place. You're not going to eat while we do this podcast, are you?
muted my microphone.
Oh, okay.
You don't even hear me.
Okay. Anyways, then we did that, and then right after that, I had to drop him off and then go straight to my first Bible study of the week, which was the Bible study that is with my church, with Les and Hannah and Kemi and Nate and Angela and all these other people. Yeah, that was my Tuesday. Wednesday is pretty simple. I work. After work, I go to school or film the actual commercial. And then after the commercial, I go and eat wings with my second Bible study of the week. Crazy. And then Thursday, I was supposed to go to work. I was supposed to go to school. But I guess I ate too many wings on Wednesday night.
When can we look forward to seeing that commercial? Would it be out by the time this episode airs?
Honestly, the first time I said it would be out in just a couple weeks, that was way before I found out what the actual due date was for this project. It's not due till March 19th. So, if it's not out, I mean, when's this episode coming out? As we speak, this episode will come out on the 18th. How about that? So, yeah, if you're listening to this now, I can almost fully guarantee it's probably right on our Instagram, right on our Facebook, and right on the freaking front page of the website, because that ought to be exciting news to share.
Oh yeah, that actually should be on the front page of the website.
Yes, sir.
And like with YouTube, you can actually do trailers. Like
On
you can,
Spotify, you can do trailers.
Can you now? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Oh no,
What?
we're not even 10 minutes into this episode, and I got a bowel movement coming.
Well, hey, Jordan.
Don't, no. I have not even given you guys the full
I was
spectrum
gonna
of my
say something
week.
funny, but okay.
Is that, Not yet. Hold the funny.
We'll let him
Hold
finish
the funny.
his week first. Okay.
But yeah, I spent all Thursday laying down in bed because I had stomach and the way I was describing myself to people was the best way I can say is that I'm very acidic right now.
It's weird that you were feeling like that because, like, I had the same exact wings as you, and I felt fine.
I don't know what it was, man.
What else? Did you eat
I
that
woke
day?
up with like, I don't know, the word gastric comes to mind. Okay, I had like a little bit of heartburn. My stomach ached, and my body was just hurting. And then 24 hours later, I'm fine. I took about 16 poos in a day.
Move the microphone a little closer to your face.
But then my hat's hitting the freaking pop filter.
Maybe not wear a hat.
I have to wear a hat.
It's because you're self-conscious of your head shape.
That's not true. I actually kind of like... No, that's not true.
I was like, what are you
I mean,
talking
the top
about?
of my head is not my issue. It's how wide it is. I don't like how circular it is, but yeah.
You're good. You're fine. I love you.
But anyways, yeah. The wings killed me on Thursday, and here we are on Friday, and I still have something to do after we're done recording almost immediately. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You
I
told
have
me.
to go to my cousin's play at school. Yeah.
You know
ought
what
to
I
be
would have
fun.
said?
What?
No.
Well, I had only ever gone to one other thing of Alexis's, and you know,
Something to note is, like, all of my cousins have been really close to me. There have been more of siblings than anything else, like Brooke Hollywood, John Thomas, on my dad's side. Like, they were never, like, typical families, you see, oh yeah, I have a cousin named John. I don't really know much about him. That's not the case with my family. I know that's not the case with your family, too, at least in certain situations. But, like, even then, I still just, I don't really want to go to anything of theirs, because, like, I live too busy of a life. I got my own things I'm trying to worry about.
well, here's my perspective on it.
Yeah.
Before Alexis, I was the kid with all the things that people had to go to.
Oh, really?
I was the kid in football, and everybody went to the football games. I was the kid in show choir and normal men's choir, and everybody went to those concerts and those competitions. Maybe not all the time, but for the fact that I had gotten so much love through the family through that, and I've only ever gone to one thing of Lexi's so far, it's a little shameful. But hey, I find plays a little bit more entertaining than concerts. So yeah. Especially when she's getting a little bit older now. I feel like the stuff that she'll be doing is going to be a little bit more entertaining. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to love my kids. But if they're in choir in elementary school, and I have to watch them do some dumb song for about 40 minutes every 3 months at school, I'm not going to like it.
At that point, Taylor Swift will be classic music.
Oh my goodness. And it's likely that the school, it's going to be an elementary music teacher. Likely, this lady's like in middle school or high school right now. Whoever will be teaching my son or daughter. That's wild, dude. Oh,
I've been following this person on TikTok. She's been posting TikToks about her working in the school that she graduated from in 2016. She's 24 years old, and people keep mistaking her as a student.
really?
Like, very frequently.
Really?
Yeah.
See, at Urbandale, that's not uncommon almost at all. Not the getting mistaken as a student kind of thing, but like maybe they'll be like a couple years removed from graduating from that school, and they'll just be like a student teacher for like PE or an English class or something like that. And I was like, hey bro, we used to just hang out. Like you'd be a senior and you'd be hella confused as to what the heck this guy's doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing for like football and show choir. Some people
We didn't have a lot of that at DCG. It was that we had student teachers. Most of them were from other places, Most
Yeah.
people don't go back to DCG.
Yeah.
And the ones that do are actually, they did graduate from there, but like several years prior.
Mm.
Like,
So you're saying that once you get out of DCG, nobody looks back.
for the most part.
For the most part.
solid 85%. Most notable to me is, what's his name? I can't remember his last name, but I remember his first name because it's Charles. No, wait, that is his last name, Mr. Charles. Yeah, he graduated I think the same year as Connor, actually, and he's a
I
teacher.
keep
there now.
forgetting that Connor's old.
Yeah, he's actually gonna have a birthday in May where he turns, I think, 32.
Oh my goodness.
32 or 31, one of the two.
Wow.
Not too sure. And then like we had Mr. James, which is one of my favorite teachers. I treated him like shit though, and I feel bad for it. He graduated from DCG.
Wait, you treated a teacher bad?
Yeah, I was a shithead sometimes.
I don't think I've treated any teacher bad. I have acted like a bad student, but I've never directly disrespected a teacher.
I did that one time, and it was him, and I felt awful. Still
Really?
feel awful about it. But yeah, he graduated from DCG. Like, I think honestly, a couple years before my mom did. I never really asked him because I didn't know he graduated from DCG until after I graduated from DCG. But I never asked him if he knew my mom. But Wozmansky, he knows this Mr. James because they graduated together.
Yep.
So
Who's
yeah,
Kevin Wasmansky?
I don't know. Who is that guy? I've never heard of him.
Well, if
before.
we name drop a guy, we have to tell people why we are saying this name.
Well, okay, fine. I was making a joke how he never shows up anymore, but you know, Kevin Wozmansky is a dude that goes to our Bible study on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, or at least he used to before he got.
See, that's when
be
you
a
just
busy-
say he's the friend of our mentor, Gary.
He's got a lake house that's a very expensive, very beautiful, very nice lake house, and I want to go back there.
Isn't that like his house though?
Yeah.
Like he's like building it to just live there permanently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's his house, but it's still a lake house.
I guess it is still lake house, but I've always like pictured lake house as like, well, that's where I go for the summer, you know. But speaking of disrespecting teachers, I guess the closest I had ever gotten with like deliberately choosing to not give a rip about a teacher. So every teacher thought I was a great kid who was always on time, who never had a problem being in class,
Yeah.
except for my first period class of my senior year.
Which was?
I was not a morning person, and I was in advanced geometry.
Oh, that just sounds disgusting.
Wait, was it geometry? It was an advanced class. I then proved that the only difference between advanced and the normal is how it's faster paced, and I'm not fast paced with squat, especially with math.
You know what's wild?
So I went back to the normal class second semester.
You know what's wild?
What's up?
Said Mr. James, the class I disrespected him in was geometry.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
But yes, by second semester, senior year, this was like the last stretch, right? This was the final thing that I ever had to deal with in school, was the second half of my senior year, right?
Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay.
I actually am listening.
And yeah, it was very notable that I just was not an early bird. And there was actually an issue with like kids being late to class first period. And there was one day where she had locked the door. I don't know why, but I think she wanted the kids to show up and then stand there for a good second because of like some sort of like point she was trying to make, and how she wasn't going to let people interrupt her teaching while showing up late. Because like I had knocked and people had turned, and apparently I had later caught wind that she had previously encouraged people to not get the door and apparently she was going to let me in on her own time. You'll take care of that? Tyrion's a little emotional right now, huh? Wild. That door does not shut, Jordan.
Now you tell me this.
All right, you coming back?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry about
I
that.
showed up. I showed up one morning. The door did not open. Obviously, it was locked. I knocked on the door. People looked at me. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I stand there for about 10 seconds. And then I walk to the library. I'm like, never skipped class before, but you know, this is what we're doing. Didn't get allowed back in, you know. So, yeah. I passed that class with a D-, because I straight up did not understand that math class. I actually wanted to be like an engineer because I was very good at math until my senior year. Some had like changed in some certain direction. I think with me, math is something where it very much depends on who the teacher is.
Yeah.
Because there was this one teacher, bless her heart, her name is Mrs. Jakes. Mrs. Jakes is an amazing teacher.
That's
like she's not the nicest teacher, especially with kids who are obvious slackers. But she just knows how to teach very well in a way that I just understand it. And yeah, props to her. And then on Saturday, finalizing the busiest week I've had in a very long time, is my amateur wrestling outing with Marcellus and Mason. And I guess I did forget to mention that last night, Thursday, Mason and I saw Creed 3. And let me tell you, I never want to watch Creed 3 with Mason again.
I was gonna say, were the comments you made on Isaac or Mason's Facebook post accurate to your actual thoughts about the movie?
Oh, okay. So, quick thing about Creed 3. So, Jordan, what did I say under Mason's post about how he saw Creed 3 with him and me and his girlfriend?
I don't remember, to be honest, but like it was pretty negative.
So he said, I went and saw Creed 3 with Isaac and Jackie for my birthday. Liam, you're giving me anxiety, brother. But anyways, I said it was the worst movie I've seen all month.
Oh yeah.
It was the second.
Oh.
It's March, early March now. It's the only movie I've seen all month, to be fair, actually. But honestly, I would actually give that movie an 85 or an 88 out of 100. It was very good.
So what you're saying is also the best movie you've seen all month.
It's actually the best movie I've seen all year, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can confidently say that, yeah. Creed 3 was a darn good movie. What really bothered me was Mason was so damn excited about this movie. Like, I know that I talk to you while we're at the theater sometimes, like throughout the movie frequently. And I know that Hannah can definitely agree with me when I say that too. Hannah, she's the kind of gal where she thinks that you shouldn't say a damn thing while watching a movie at the movie theater. So even if I say one thing one time under my breath, she's like, Isaac, shh, stop it, dude. But let me tell you, the only okay, so there's a lot of variables in how often I talk throughout a movie. One, I already got to know that you're okay. You're also okay with me talking to you throughout the movie. You and I are pretty equal on that. Hannah, not so much. So I do talk to her a little bit less than I talk to you during movies. Honestly, I probably didn't. I don't think I even said too much during the Ant-Man movie. But Hannah and you would absolutely hate how often Mason spoke during this movie. Because one of the variables on how often I speak is, number one, how close we are to other people. Okay? There was people almost directly in front of us. And there was Jackie, Mason, and I sitting in a row. And then empty seat, one person right there. Okay? So we are in the vicinity of within 2 spaces of a person. Mason, so for how I talk to Hannah and how I talk to you, I don't like whispering because I don't like repeating myself. In the theater, at least. So how I do it is I get
not a whisper, but it's a gentle speak.
I get real close to you or Hannah or whoever it may be, really close to their ear, and I talk as quietly as I can. That doesn't turn into a whisper. So like about this, you know. But Mason, holy cow, he was absolutely excited about every stupid little thing in the stupid freaking movie, dude. Like, oh my god, they're at Dodger Stadium. Oh my god, look it's a Lakers chair. Dude, that's a nice ass house. Bro, he reminds me of Mike Tyson. Mason, it's a movie. And I already expressed how much I really like Jonathan Majors as an actor. And there was a part in the movie where they had made an official announcement that Creed and Dame, that's Jonathan Majors' character, will be fighting. And Mason just turns over to me. He's like, my guy, your guy, who do you think's going to win? That's about as loud as he said it. Now, me and you talking right now, that's not very loud. In a movie theater with one person next to me, that's pretty freaking loud.
Yeah.
So I had been feeling a certain type of way about Mason's talking for like the last 30 minutes. So I turned to him and I'm like, Mason, please shut the fuck up. Whisper. For the love of God. And then, you know, that saved me 5 minutes of him not talking to me, but he certainly talked to Jackie. Oh, but goodness. I mean, I understand. You know, I've seen Thor Love and Thunder. I understand finally going and seeing this movie, a movie that you've been anticipating for months on end. Being super excited about every single second of action that you just love every second of. But to be grabbing my thigh and shaking it because some cool shit's about to happen? Dude, relax. Like,
Mason just gets really excited.
he does get really passionate. And after the movie, I was a lot nicer to him. I was like, Mason, I talk in a movie theater as much as the next guy, but that was too much. You gotta tone it. You gotta dial it back, bro. Because if he was whispering the whole time, I probably wouldn't have had a problem with it. But this dude was straight up just talking the way I am to you right now. And it was ridiculous.
I think you just gotta have the right setting.
Yeah, honestly, if we were like one of the only people in the movie theater, I would have been fine with it. Because, like, lately, I don't know why. Me, you, a few others, I've been going to movie theaters and there's like no more than 15 people there on like an opening night. That was the case with Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the most people I've seen in a theater was last night when did see Creed 3, but it was nowhere close to full.
Mm-hmm.
It was not even half full. Um,
I'd say when it comes to Marvel movies specifically, a lot of people go see them
on the weekend.
midnight showings.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just not the right setting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really good movie. Jonathan Majors. As much as I loved Jonathan Majors, he's still such a good actor. For me to actually really dislike him and really want me to see him lose in this movie because he was the bad guy, and that just proves that he is that good of an actor. Even though I go into this knowing that I'm a fan of his work, he still pissed me off in this movie. So yeah.
I think it's respectable that Creed's getting that Rocky treatment because Rocky has like 20 movies.
5.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying they should have stopped after 3, but you know. Mason's like, I hope they make as many Creed movies as they do Rocky movies, and I said exactly what I just said to you. A lot of people think Rocky 4 and 5 suck.
And a lot of people think Rocky 3 is maybe one of the best, right?
I mean, I think so. I saw some person on my Facebook group for movies. Someone really didn't like Rocky 3.
I don't like any of them.
I have not seen any of them.
I've seen the first 2, I think, yeah.
I think I've seen bits and pieces because my dad loved watching the Rocky movies, but even today he says that he's not really crazy about the Rocky franchise in general.
They're boring.
Apparently the first Rocky was great.
Yeah. It's a comeback story. Redemption, whatever.
I like the story behind the first Rocky movie, which was how Sylvester Stallone was literally homeless and then he got that gig. And he denied being paid more money to just be the director or writer for it because he wanted to act in it. But then the first offer was like, nah. And then he waited. And then he found like a place that was like, yeah, we'll have you act in it for less money. Because, who the hell knows what kind of acting job I mean, I don't know his filmography, but that might very well be his first ever acting job.
I don't know. I can pull it up.
Maybe he had like a couple small things beforehand, but like still, he was homeless for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. How's it looking over there?
The Square Root was his first credit in 1969.
What in the frick? Sometimes I forget how old that dude is. Oh my goodness. 69?
Rocky came out in 76.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I forget how old those movies are too. Wow. I thought the Rocky franchise was like an 80s franchise. Wow.
He was in a movie called Death Race 2000.
Death Race 2000. I think I've heard of Death Race.
Well, there's been lots of Death Race. Interesting. 1975. Looks interesting. The cars look cool.
Very interesting.
Looks like Speed Racer, like the original one.
Anything interesting happened to you this week?
So
Did you have to fire someone else again?
No.
Did you cut that out too?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Did you listen to the audio?
No. It was too late for me to check it out
Okay.
when I found it.
I'm still in the process of editing the video. I had to resynchronize it like 4 times.
I'm struggling to find a promo for the Quantum Mania episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do you want to pick the promo for this one?
Nah. I just think you just suck. These nuts.
29 episodes later, I'm finally stumped on what part I should make the promo. Wow.
Actually, yeah, I don't even really remember the episode that much.
We reviewed the movie.
Well, obviously that much, doofus. But yeah, I don't know for you, but so I worked was 5 days in a row, which is normal for normal people, but for retail that's almost unheard of. So I worked like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that was fun. I got told that I was doing a great job so far. Some things I need to work on though are my prioritization.
I think you'll just pick that up.
I was doing other things to kind of make sure the department was better, and when I should have been working on things that needed to be done, like done. So that's something I'll admit. Yeah, I've kind of struggled with, but like I don't know, maybe I just don't prioritize the things that they prioritize.
You know this one jerk named Les? Not the Les that's guesting next week, but the Les that works at Urbandale?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that, you probably even know the quote. He's like, there's things that need to happen, but this has to happen. That's how you have to learn how to prioritize,
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because I feel like need is almost like has to happen. But, has to happen it sounds a little bit more urgent.
Yeah, I think has to happen does have more urgency behind it. I forgot Liam was there. I just thought you saw your like body move. I was like, what? Oh, that's the cat.
Yeah, kitty cat. Little kitty cat, Liam.
He's a good cat.
Very
You
good
should
cat.
probably get that ear checked out now.
Yeah.
I think it's been long enough that I thought it would have gone away by now. I didn't, so you might want to get that checked out. Look at him.
Yeah.
But some news I did really enjoy. We got the cabinet. I don't know if I actually mentioned this on the previous episode. I don't think I did.
Cabinet?
But just about every Hy-Vee deli has this white wooden cabinet.
Okay.
It was typically used for sandwich making and whatnot. We did not, because this store was incredibly unprepared for everything. And unfinished, I should say. But we're slowly coming back. But like I talked to our new what's his title, like perishables manager, I think that's what I'll go with.
Yeah.
And his name is Austin. He's pretty great. He gets things done. Like
Good.
He gets things done.
Good. As opposed to everybody else at Hy-Vee?
We'll talk to him and we're like, yeah, okay, I'll get to it. They don't get to it. That's just kind of what happens sometimes. Like sometimes we have a lot of managers, upper management that are taking on a lot more responsibility and roles than they should or have to, and they just get lost sometimes.
You know what I think the issue is?
What?
See, as for me, I was actually getting more closer to like some sort of leadership role when I was at Hy-Vee, especially when I was the only other full-timer in seafood. And, I was so jokey as a part-timer at meat department. Nobody took me seriously when I was trying to, like, have people, like, do stuff for me.
People are taking me seriously. I'll admit
That's
that
good.
much.
That is, like, the most important thing.
I may or may not
because
be coming off a bit more aggressive than I typically do.
You have
And,
to.
yeah.
You have to. Like, you can't be their best friend. I mean, you can, like,
I try
after work.
to be.
You can after work. You can before work. You can even during break. And, maybe when you're just cleaning up, you can make a few jokes. But, like, when something needs to happen, yeah, you gotta be a little assertive. That's kind of like what I'm trying to learn, because, like, you and we vibe a lot, so we don't really have issues. But, like, I can see myself trying to make something seem very important to me that needs to be done with, like, Soren and Eli. And even with Dustin, even though he's been out for a few weeks, I did make it a point that the Super Bowl graphics have to happen, and then they did, they got done. And yeah, that's like the number one issue with people trying to work up, is that you have to attain some sort of sense of
Trying to be a boss, and
importance, seriousness, stuff like that. You have to let it be know that
I
you
think
care about your job.
being a boss isn't something that you can really be taught, at least not entirely. It's something more so you have to
Leadership
learn.
skills.
Yeah. But no, I'm doing better. Going back to this cabinet, I talked to Austin. I was like, I want this cabinet. Can this happen? And he was like, yeah. A few days later, we get the cabinet, and I'm very happy about it. If we get to drastically improve our storage situation because of that. Like, it was so inefficient and just bad. And now it's
I'll have you know.
not great, but we're getting there.
I'll have you know that only deli assistant managers find this exciting.
Yeah. Now, you should have seen me when he told me there was a president in the department, and when I saw what it was, I was like, "Oh fuck, get out of the way! I'm gonna build this," because I had to build it. Yes.
You had to?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, not somebody else? Like, you were the one to do it?
I guess so. I mean, I was excited about it, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it."
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, it was I was really excited about that. I'm really happy about it. It's working pretty good. Yeah. I think that's about the only really exciting thing that's happened to me so far this week. I'm trying to think. I mean, I had yesterday off. That was, I didn't. It feels like it whizzed by before I even knew it. I'm a little sad about that. I feel like this happens every time, because like I'll try to dedicate my days off to doing more podcasty stuff, but then I just get tired of it, and like I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. So I set up the episode for episode 29. I got the audio done yesterday, so yeah, that means the audio's only been up for a day, but
Well, 29 comes out on tomorrow.
no.
Do you have the video done?
No, 28 comes out tomorrow.
You're right.
Doofus. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Sorry, I get lost in the numbers. It is incredible how 30 weeks in a row we've done this. Only 22 more to go for a full year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I got it in my calendar, like the 1 year anniversary. Before we even know it, it'll be upon us.
Oh man. What was the date that we actually did the first episode?
August something. Hang on. Calendar. Podcast. Podcast recording. That's not what I want. Anniversary. God damn it.
Jordan, say something funny.
Kentucky Fried Chicken does not taste like Kentucky.
That's a style. Not a flavor. Buddy.
Well, that was funny though, wasn't it?
Said the guy who told the joke.
You know what, Isaac? I really hope that you still have yellow poop.
Now that was funny. Dude.
Too many words. Birthday. That's what I put it down as. Okay. That would be August 22nd.
August 22nd.
I think that was actually the anniversary of when we recorded that episode.
Yeah.
That first episode.
When
Not the anniversary of when we aired it.
Yeah. Yeah. It came out that first Saturday, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that so weird? Because, so we had recorded that on 22nd, Tuesday.
Things were very different then. Things were a lot more rudimentary. And I put all of my effort into that episode. Like, every ounce of it. And I just got really lucky with the days off that I had. I was able to, really plow at it for a while. I'm at the point where, like I said earlier, I get tired, and I'm getting burnt out.
I can feel myself
editing.
slowing down, at least in the consideration of like school. And I've missed a couple promo weeks here.
Like
and there.
I'll record a podcast every damn day, but like I don't want to edit that anymore. I'm done with that. I don't want to do this anymore.
What? Don't say that.
I don't want to edit anymore.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Okay, that's what I just
Don't
said.
break my heart.
I mean,
don't
I
go
don't want to
breaking
record
my
anymore either.
heart.
No, I'm just kidding.
I couldn't if I tried.
It's just I don't know. Editing takes a lot out of you. It does.
Well, I'm sure.
But Isaac, do you still have to go to the bathroom?
No, don't remind me, douche.
You said wait, okay, and I was
What? Wait.
waiting.
Did you want to say something while I was gone? That's kind of weird.
No, I was just trying to be considerate. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can I not be considerate of my friend?
You can be considerate. It's just I
What the
hate
heck,
leaving
dude?
during recordings.
Okay, so I want to talk about some upcoming movies of 2023 that we are looking forward to.
Oh, sure.
How many do you know about? Do you know, at least, are you pretty well educated on movies coming out this year?
Well, sometimes I
you're-
do it month by month. I still haven't looked it up for March because, I just knew that Creed 3 was coming out real soon, so that's what I was really looking for.
See, I know you avoid trailers like a lot.
I avoid trailers deeply. In the sense of trying to skip trailers. Sometimes I do not know of movies coming out at all. Because the only reason why I know that Guardians 3 is coming out is because I heard that it was coming out. Indiana Jones 5 is because I heard it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Other things. Oppenheimer. I really want to see Oppenheimer.
That's going to be interesting.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
So the next movie to come out for 2023 is a movie called Helvellyn Edge. Looks like a low budget movie. Doesn't look big at all. So probably don't even expect it to be in any.
Here, let's take a
major.
look.
I'm looking at it right now. Are you looking at the movie or?
Movies, March 2023.
Well, I'm literally looking at it right now. So, and then that comes out March 6th.
This is false. I'm immediately met with Ant-Man and the Wasp and Cocaine Bear. Both movies came out last month.
IMDb, check on
5 most anticipated movies of March 2023 by Rotten Tomatoes, the hellhole of a place. That is what they call themselves, a website. But, when it comes to what's
March
just coming
10th
out.
is supposed to be a big movie, or big day for movies, apparently.
March 24th, John Wick, Chapter 4. I am not going to go see Scream.
That comes out March 10th. I am curious about this one
Shazam,
because
Fury of the Gods,
because,
Creed 3, and then 65.
in the trailer for the new Scream, they gave away, something pretty big. That the Scream Ghostface guy, he has actual superpowers or whatever now. So that's weird. We'll see how that plays out.
So you're saying that this Scream is actually worth seeing?
Perhaps, maybe.
See, when it comes to me and scary movies, I'm not really much of a franchise guy.
Yeah.
I loved The Black Phone and Barbarian last year. Those were original one-offs. I like those. I don't like the idea of having to understand everything by watching 7 Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest chance I'll have is I'll watch Friday the 13th just because I like Jason more than any of the other characters. I mean, that's only 2 movies if you want to see the newer ones, or
Rumors
2
are
movies
that
if you want to see the
a
older
prequel
ones.
series has gotten greenlit
For what?
for it,
Really?
called Welcome to Derry.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
Rumor is that it's gotten a greenlit.
I mean, I've heard of the title Welcome to Derry, so that just makes
it's been
sense.
all over Facebook, so.
Did we go see Shazam?
No.
No.
I'll see that when it comes to HBO Max.
Is it because of something that Zachary Levi said?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Zachary Levi said Shazam is the Deadpool of the DC universe. That is the most infuriating thing he could have ever possibly said.
You know what's funny? I've only seen bits and pieces of the first Shazam. But I think through this super narrow, super construed angle I think on a certain level he thinks he's correct, and here's why.
Comedic relief.
Yes, they're both heroes that don't exactly take themselves seriously. There's almost a kiddish element to both of them. But with that said, we all know the literal DC parallel of Deadpool, because Deadpool is literally... That's like one of the biggest things you know about Deadpool, is that he was a ripoff from Deathstroke.
Apparently that's not true.
I mean, for comic fans, that's like the biggest thing you should know.
The original writer for Deadpool has come out and say that is false.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I guess if I was the writer, I'd be like, yeah, my shit's original. Shut up.
At least I think it was the writer. Is either the writer or creator? I don't really know for sure.
Wade Wilson and Slade Wilson is
Yeah,
not a
no,
coincidence, dog.
I refuse to believe it, to be honest, because like there's so much similarity there that you can't deny it. Really?
Yeah, they're both tactical. They both wear very similar suits. One's black and red, one black and orange.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Exactly. But like, that's more so just like a design standpoint. Like, I was thinking more of a literal standpoint, where we have like sailors swearing.
In
like,
the sense of his personality, that's one of the most original characters ever.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. So when it comes to like at least the writers, yeah. For the character design and, you know, gimmick, probably not so much. But when it comes to like comedy and, you know, just his vibe and a lot of trademarks that he has made for himself, like chimichangas, you know,
yeah.
that's all original as hell.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a reason why Deadpool. There's a reason why one is a lot more famous than the other, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't be carbon copies and then one fail and one not. You know, that just doesn't happen a lot in comics.
Shazam's original name was Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. It's just wrong. There's just everything there that he said.
Do we go see Adam Driver's 65? Because I do like Adam Driver.
I do like him too, but no.
What movies are you... Okay, what movie do you definitely see yourself going to the movie theaters next? I can't see myself going to see John Wick. See, that's just what I'm really bad at, is that there's just so many movies that are out that you would... Like, so many movies are coming out this year where you have to... I mean, not have to, but has had previous movies. Like, I didn't see the first two Creed movies. I kept up pretty well watching Creed 3. There's almost nothing that carries on over besides, you know, the girl that he's still with or married to, you know, and then the daughter that he has. But that's, like, almost the only continuity is his family and his job and stuff like that. But that's stuff that you already knew. But, like, John Wick Chapter 4, I'm not crazy about watching 3 John Wick movies to understand this one, you know?
Neither am I. Dungeons and Dragons. That's probably the next movie that...
snap. Why is this not even on the top 5 list? Oh, yeah, because Rotten Tomatoes is a garbage website.
That's why I said I'm looking at the actual IMDb list of every movie coming out this year. But Dungeons and Dragons is still in March. It's March 31st.
You know, it still makes me sad that, like, the D&D group isn't... They already planned to go without us.
Well, yeah, neither of us were consistent goers to D&D. So, like...
We're in the D&D group chat.
Well, yeah, but, like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that gets talked about in person during the sessions that we probably don't know about.
I know. I do want everybody to know that I really want to play D&D. I just don't have time for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been really itching to play it again.
Once a month, you gotta start making some time for mine.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I gotta start getting physical with it.
I don't know how.
Give my character Soul Edge.
I don't know how I ended up getting you to be in the group without you even being there, because that was completely unplanned.
How did I even get in the group?
So
how was I even present, dog?
Somehow they made it to your home island. That's pretty much it. They ended up in the dock in the same town that your bar is in, and I passing
just messaged to Connor. I was like, huh, are you a kobold?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure, but there's a kobold in a wheelchair. You just see him scooting on by, and he goes, what the fuck? And it just keeps on going. And that's literally the only thing that there was. I said that to Connor because, like I said to you already, he's playing a character that's searching for his other character, Pimmon. You guys had split ways, whatever. And then the only information he had known, other than that he was down south, was that he was with a kobold. And so he was just going to go around asking every kobold, but he remembered that he'd seen you, that one, and he was just going to go look for you real quick because you weren't that far away. Armin's a 12-foot giant, so he's just like, he's right there. Pluck. And yeah, that's just kind of how that happened. Everything that happened was absolutely insane and wild.
That's the art.
Do not understand how.
That's the art of D&D, is that once you get that perfect balance of, you know, the dungeon master isn't exactly the driver. The dungeon master just steers.
The dungeon master is the car.
Yeah. The car's like, okay, you're here now. What else?
Exactly.
And then Armin hits the gas, you know. But Jordan,
Another movie comes out April 5th, Super Mario Bros. Movie.
that's in April though.
Wait, I was talking about 2023, brother. So
Okay.
we're at 58 minutes, aren't we?
We're at 56:36.
Oh yeah, I started a bit before you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let me get into our closing notes here. Any last words, brother?
Check us out on all of our platforms. I guess.
I mean,
like
that's
YouTube, Spotify.
That's what I was gonna cover in the closer. I was talking
That's all
about
I'll really say.
content-based last
Dungeons
words.
and Dragons is not satanic. I promise you.
It is not. I
Promise.
also promise you. Okay, it is not. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
All my characters don't drink except for Elroy, and even then, he's too busy painting. Jordan, what is the question for this episode?
What movie are you looking forward to most in 2023?
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, what
think that's a good
movie
one.
are you looking forward to most in 2023?
I think that's a really good one. So
All right, guys, you can find us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Give us a like. Give us 5 stars, okay, on those podcast platforms. It really, really, really helps us to give us 5 stars. Maybe write a review, see what we can get better on. And dude, share the podcast. Everything helps, especially when we only can live and die from social media right now, okay? We're not this unstoppable force where people just know that we're a podcast. No, you gotta get the word out, brothers. Rate us 5 stars. Get us on that algorithm. Give us a like. Subscribe on YouTube, okay? Our YouTube is Scaldstone Productions. Our Facebook is Scaldstone Productions. Our TikTok is Scaldstone Productions. And our Instagram and Twitter is Too Many Words. And our Twitter specifically is _ Too Many Words. With that said, if you're a reader, and I'm a little confused, if we sounded a little confusing on plugging all of everything that we exist on, a central home and much, much more is thescaldstone.com. Thescaldstone.com has all of my writing works on it because, as you guys may have picked up in episodes, I am aspiring to be a writer. Just makes sense. So, give us a read. And yeah, thescaldstone.com is where you can find us and everything that is attached to us. And so, Jordan, who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
honestly, this podcast episode goes out to my boy Leo, right?
Oh, you douchebag.
Were you gonna do that?
I was gonna have... this podcast episode from Isaac William Joseph. I dubbed the greatest cat in the world, Liam. He finally made it to the podcast.
He's a good boy.
He was invited a couple episodes ago, and then he just decided to show up mid-episode today. How nice of him. Liam, you the real one, brother.
He's our number one fan.
I don't know about that, but he is our number one family member. Little nice guy.
You know, we're pretty consistently getting like what would that be, like 3-4 subscribers per month?
Nice. 1, 2, 3, amen.
1, 2, 3, amen. 1, 2, 3,
Amen.
amen.